You want to get married, but your parents refuse to accept your choice without a valid reason. What does Islam say? You are in a difficult situation. You think you have found the right person, someone who respects religion, who honors you, who is sincere and serious. You see a future with stability, faith, and love with this person. But now, your parents are opposed. They don't say, he's not Muslim, or she behaves badly. No, their refusal is based solely on vague reasons. We don't like him, we'd prefer someone else, this isn't what we had in mind for you. So, a whirlwind of questions floods your mind. Do you have the right to go against their opinion? Would that be a lack of piety, a serious act of disobedience? Do you risk losing Allah's blessing if you ignore them? In Islam, respect for parents is an immense obligation. It is a pillar of the believer's behavior. Allah says in the Quran, "And your Lord has decreed, worship none but Him, and be kind to your parents." Surah Al-Isra, verse 23. But this obedience is not blind or absolute. It has limits. And one of those limits is when it touches on a fundamental right, your right to marry. The Prophet, may Allah's blessings be upon him, gave a clear rule. If a man whose religion and behavior you approve of comes to you to ask for a woman's hand in marriage, marry him. If you do not do so, there will be discord on earth and great corruption. Reported by At-Tirmidhi, Hadith Hasan. This hadith reverses priorities. Islam does not place origin, wealth, beauty, or culture at the forefront. The true criteria are piety and good character. So how should we understand your situation? If your parents refuse because the person does not pray, has a bad reputation, or is known for bad behavior, then their refusal is justified, and you must take it into account. But if their refusal is based on purely cultural or subjective criteria, such as he is not from our region, she is not educated enough, or he is not the person of our dreams, then their opposition has no religious value. In this case, you are not obliged to obey. Because marriage is a personal right, and in Islam, parents are not allowed to prevent their children from marrying for reasons that are not based on religion. Please note, this does not mean that you should disrespect them. Quite the contrary. Even when you disagree, you must remain patient, gentle, and wise. You may not follow their advice, but you must never cut ties with them or respond harshly. Islam is a religion of balance. It teaches us to honor our parents, but also to protect our rights. And among these rights is the right to choose one's spouse. Imagine a young woman who is prevented from marrying a pious man simply because he is not of the same origin. Imagine a young man deprived of a virtuous woman, just because his family wanted someone of higher social status. How many unhappy marriages result from these unjustified refusals? How many people end up trapped by imposed choices, living in frustration and resentment? The Prophet also warned that preventing a legitimate marriage creates discord and corruption. And we see this in our societies, young people turning away from marriage, falling into haram, or cutting ties with their parents because of these arbitrary refusals. So, if you are in this situation, remember, you must seek dialogue with your parents, with gentleness and respect. You can remind them of the words of the Prophet, may Allah's blessings be upon him. You can bring in a scholar, an imam, or a trusted person to calm the discussion. And if, despite everything, they persist in their unjustified refusal, you have the right, before Allah, to choose your spouse if they are pious and of good character. The key is wisdom. For marriage is not only the union of two people, it is also the meeting of two families. But Islam does not allow pride, tribalism, or cultural criteria to violate a believer's right to marry. So move forward with faith and respect. Keep your heart at peace, always seek the pleasure of Allah, and never forget that the true blessing in a marriage comes not from culture or prestige, but from sincerity, piety, and patience. What do you think about this question? Share your opinion in the comments. Subscribe to the channel for more useful reminders, and share this video with those around you. May Allah make it easy for everyone to have a marriage based on faith, tenderness, and wisdom.